A warm welcome to the final swan song. It's a beautiful summer's evening in Edinburgh, or at least it feels like it. The sun is out and we're ready for some champagne rugby in the backdrop of Murrayfield. We're inside the Dam Health Stadium, Edinburgh Rugby's home ground in the Scottish capital. And it's a battle of heavyweights. It is England taking on France in a highly successful women's Under-18 Six Nations Festival. It is the final match. France 2 from 2 after their exploits on Saturday in the 35-minute format. England, victors over Ireland, defeated by France in their second match on Saturday. This match ending with a comfortable French victory. France were behind on Saturday, but scored 4 unanswered tries to pull away from England in the end. And the French will be favourites once again across 70 minutes. England Under-18's head coach James Cooper says this tournament is a springboard to the Under-20s, the Allianz Premier 15s, and potentially the Red Roses. What can his charges muster this evening in sunny Edinburgh? We've already seen victories for Scotland just against Italy and for Wales against Ireland. Who will have the last laugh? Who will have the final say in the inaugural Six Nations Festival at women's Under-18 age grade level? France, with Geoffrey Henry, have a formidable lineup. Henry, their head coach, marshalling them to successive victories on Saturday, and they're out first and looking to finish with a flourish and 3 successive victories. Wales are the only side to have done that so far. Can France match the Welsh? England looking for their second victory and revenge on the French after defeat across 35 minutes on Saturday. Plenty of English support inside the Dam Health Stadium. A 7,800 capacity arena. What a tournament it's been. And now for the national anthems of England and France. A chance for these young girls to make a name for themselves. Big opportunities beckon, perhaps. But first, the groundwork needs to be done in the Six Nations Festival. These under-18s have their whole careers ahead of them. Who will be the next Marley Packer? Who will be the next Jessie Tremoulier? Some of the star names across both respective teams at senior test level in the women's games. It's England against France. This one is always tasty, regardless of which age grade you're at. It's a cross-channel battle in Scotland. France looking for the clean sweep. Looking to go 3 from 3. England looking for revenge. England have 4 players from Exeter in the starting 15. 2 from Gloucester, 3 from northeastern Cumbria. And then the others spread around as France get us underway in this last match of this inaugural tournament. A very, very successful tournament. Well, the previous game was a humdinger between Scotland and Italy, yielding 8 tries. Scotland pipping it by just 2 points. Look at the line speed from France early on, but look at the handling from England. And here they come. What a break this is. Absolutely superb play early on here. Magnificent break. England looking comfortable with ball in hand. In their traditional white strip. France in all blue. And a solid tackle. France getting their defensive shape sorted out. Early break from Molly Letai of Loughborough Lightning. Literally was lightning. And now England have the penalty. And this is a good start from the English in this 70-minute contest. They actually started pretty well in the 35-minute edition on Saturday. They were 7-5 in front. That one hasn't quite made touch, but the chase was good from Letai. But France came back absolutely superbly to go on and claim the victory. Had to canter in the end by 22 points. And this will be Niamh Swales of northeastern Cumbria Rugby Club. Northeastern Cumbria with 3 players starting in the England pack today. Alongside Lucy Thorpe and Anna Richardson, the lock and the blind side. And this is a hole in the French defence. This is superb. This is the Bristol Bear, Bonner. She's still going. Magnificent from Bonner. She needs support. Doesn't quite go to hand though. But what a break that was from Bristol's Renika Bonner. It's all England at the moment. France struggling to get out of their own half. They need a clearance of some sort here. Oh, and it's charged down. This could be profitable for England, but there was an offside. That's the quick tap and go. France will look to shift the ball quickly. It's the name of their game. So good. With the ball in hand at every level of men's and the women's game. Lovely offload from the loose head. And here France come. And their early excursion down the right-hand touchline. This will be gathered, or at least should be. It's an excellent pickup as well, and good quick feet, but it's a test to hold on to the ball now for England. Now, Tori Sellers playing scrum half today of Worcester. It's a Worcester and Exeter halfback pairing, Sellers and Womack. France competitive, as you'd expect, over the breakdown. It was Bazzola going in. France defence is up quickly. They've got the turnover here and the penalty. England ping for holding on. That's taken quickly. And here France go. Really important tackle. But this is looking threatening. The ball shifted out to the wing, but it's not gathered. And that's gone into touch. Well, what a start to this game. Frenetic at both ends. And that was the first sighter for the fullback. That was Chloe Argel. Safely done. It's batted clear, but into French hands. France looking really, really threatening. Here they come. A bit of space on the left-hand touch line. And that was a really good tackle. England got across quickly there. That's a high-quality opening to this contest. Do expect tries between these two teams. France are absolutely breathtaking when they get the ball wide through the hands. And the scrum hasn't been too shabby either during this tournament. France are really becoming a threat at every single age grade of both the men's and the women's game. These two dominating in the women's senior Six Nations as well. Both are 3 from 3 with 2 matches to play. And they are to meet in the final weekend. England have got to shore up this scrum. Oh, that hasn't stuck, and that's knocked on, and you can't be giving France opportunities like that. France will gobble up these chances. But, no score yet after 6.5 minutes, but it's been highly watchable stuff. But the English fullback won't particularly want to see that again. Evie Walker of Exeter. England trying to disrupt the scrum, and they have it. And that is a very, very good recovery from England. Applying the pressure at scrum time. But France, here they come at the breakdown. And counter-rucking at its finest from France. This is going to be carried by Asadi. England told to release. And they didn't do that. So France with the penalty. Manyabal. And this is what they'll do all day. This is Bazzola, the tight heads. Important tackle, but here come France again. This is a good, really good pick-up and jinking play from the fullback, Argel. They're desperately close here, France, and they're over, surely. And there it is. There's the breakthrough in Edinburgh. And it's the diminutive scrum half. It's Monyabal for France, and they're off and running against England once again. Fabulous stuff from the French. Brilliant start from their under-18 youngsters. And it is the favourites who hit the front. England did all they could. That was Lucy Thorpe doing what she could to try and stop the French tide. But it was wave upon wave and eventually crashed over by one of the smallest players on the field, Monyebal. Tiron. The attempted conversion, it was always going to be a tricky one, and that falls way short. The inside centre, France's designated kicker, but this a very, very good start from France, and aggressive and looking threatening in the attack as well. Conversion was missed, so it's England 0, France 5, approaching the 10-minute mark of a quick fire opening. High quality opening from both sides. Almost taking the restart, but knocked on. France can recycle, and attempted little grubber through is blocked by an England boot. Again, they're just able to manipulate a couple of meters through a little sidestep. England do that illegally. That was Lily Plowman of Exeter with the blue scrum cap.
Tackle there, release.
Well, England come away with this. They've done well, but France are over the ball. And that looks a good position. That was brilliant breakdown work again. And footing was excellent. Sardi doing ever so well. France gaining some meters as well with the boot. Such a well-drilled outfit, this French side. Line out not clean though. England have stolen it. It's England under immense pressure in the contact area. But that's just about regathered by Richardson, and England go wide with the fullback Walker. Brilliant burst of pace from Walker.
Turnover is fine.
But again, France over the ball, absolutely majestic. Here they come again. Supported by a Sardi now. And another penalty. And they're already mounting up. France will look to shift this, and it is the quick tap and go. And they have numbers wide. But, that was taken on full throttle by Borak. Well, we've seen some magnificent running rugby from both sides already, particularly France. And it's all from the front as well, and when you've got a couple of really mobile props such as theirs, Amalia Bazola wearing 3 of Toulouse and Toulon's Maïs Borak, when they're able to offload and move as well as they can with their stature, then it's always going to present a tough defensive workout for England. And Monyebal is snaffled though this time. England rushing to try and snaffle her up. France though with Bazola. The support comes in. Again they go wide. This is an opportunity. And England with the covering defence do exceptionally well. Calvez with the ball. Wearing 4 for France, but brilliant defensive work from England. Renika Bonner got across. English line out. Still right near their own in-goal area. Need to take this. Could do with clearing their lines. Spotted a gap down the touchline, down the blind side. And it looked like a high tackle as well from France. And I think the English, well, many English fans in the Edinburgh crowd thought so as well. It wasn't spotted. England with some dangerous field runners themselves as well. And that's English penalty. England's number 8 is Stephanie Else, who plays for Yorkshire. Perhaps not the metres they would have anticipated there from that penalty. But, well, approaching the quarter of an hour mark, and it is some respite for England, and who have been camped in their own half for what seems like the past 10 minutes.
White in, please. White, your mark is here.
Swales, the English hooker. It's not the cleanest, but that was Kira Leet of Gloucester Hartbury. He got a mitts on the ball to pour it backwards. That's the fullback. Lovely offload from Evie Walker. But again, France's line speed is a joy to watch. They are so competitive. That's been charged down, and this is try time for France. Wow, what a start from the French. And it comes from an English error. And that is Lena Toy of Brive. The French fly half who has got in on the try-scoring act. And this is looking pretty ominous now for England. It was charged down. It was the scrum half for England who perhaps didn't see that Lena Toy was that close to her, but Tori Sellers won't be too happy when she sees that again. Florine Tiron of Grenoble, who, with her second attempt from the conversion. A slightly easier one this time, but still drifts wide, and that's 4 points that have drifted away from the boot of Florine Tiron. But this is looking pretty comfortable though for the French at the moment. This is a little bit too slow from the English scrum half, and snaffled upon by Lena Toy of Brive. And that is France's second try, and that is England 0, France 10. Oh, that's spilled from the restart. That was Neri trying to get the English carrier down. England still with possession, bursting through a couple of tackles.
No hands up, Lou, no hands!
Really handy play from England's second row, Lucy Thorpe, but playing with fire here, and Walker's in a bit of trouble. Aggressive French defence. England again choosing to go the direct route. Quicker ball this time, popped up, nice little pop pass. But once again, look at the line speed. Look, that's Roboam. And that's charged down again. And this is worrying times for England. That's from Womack. Wasn't the best. France told to release. Here England go again. That was Hannah Sams of Exeter. A loose head prop. Well, that was dangerous. And this is ominous. That was As Le Calvez and France are purring at the moment. They are bossing it. And that's Jean.
Take a step, boys.
Jinking play brought down by Sams. Monubal with the distribution. That was forward from Tiron. And England off the hook slightly here. Yeah, there's a clear forward pass from the inside centre. Otherwise, I think Neri might have been in. Had that stuck.
Stay down as well. Stay down. Don't come up. Ready? Crouch. Bind.
English putting. One reset scrum.
Slip. Just slip.
Allowed per set piece. The rules do differ slightly. All set piece infringements are a free kick apart from any serious foul play. That's the rules in the women's event.
Bind. Front.
England got to try and get parity, and they've got a free kick. And this will be dabbed to run with. The referee just explaining it's not a penalty, it is a free kick. No penalties from scrum time awarded in this festival.
Help now.
This is a really good piece of play. Oh, and surging through a couple of French tacklers. England looking to spray play wide. That's a miss hit. It fell kindly for England in the end. Perhaps not the time to attempt an audacious offload such as that. But France have knocked on. Molly Lataille is such a good player with ball in hand, but the Loughborough Lightning outside centre perhaps playing with fire slightly there as she attempted to get the ball to Renika Bonner.
Yeah. That's all right.
Yeah, pretty even distribution across the Premier clubs in England. We've got several from Exeter. We've got a couple from Gloucester Hartpury, 3 from North Eastern Cumbria, 1 from Yorkshire, 1 from Loughborough, a couple from Worcester, a Harlequin and a Bristol Bear. In the England starting 15, interestingly, no Saracens players. That's despite their position at the top of the Allianz Premier 15s and their academy. But the Premier 15s in England is in a pretty promising position. Signs of tangible progress in terms of the pathway for youngsters. That is superbly kept in. What a piece of skill that was. And the kicking game is working at the moment for France as well. But Cleo Argel, that was absolutely wonderful. There she is. Embroiled this time by a couple of English defenders. Lovely flat pass. Taken pretty well in the end. It was fizzed at Le Calvez. Lovely pass left-handed by Lena Toy, the scorer of the second try. France working things nicely at the moment. This is Arbe.
Take a step.
pop pass. Little question of forward, whether it was forward or not.
One white needs to roll.
Deemed not though, and France have the penalty. Well, they're a joy to watch at times. Lina Toy. Almost kept in. Decent attempt by Renika Bonner, who is the Quicksilver wing, starting today for England. Fabulous young player. And that is an improving Bristol Bears team as well that she's in at the moment. Bristol Bears second in the Premier 15s.
He's got advantage.
England's line speed is good.
7.
But France had the advantage. This is going to be taken quickly.
7 offside, lever.
France looking to move the ball. And here they go.
No hands.
It was with
right.
Asadi. No hands, and England couldn't resist though. A little nibble at the breakdown. Again, the ball handed over to the fly half Lina Toy, and that is a very decent kick. And France deep inside the English 22 now. And 10 minutes to go before half time, and they're threatening a third score. Managed 5 on Saturday in the 29-7 victory over England. And that was only in 35 minutes.
Hold.
Seen a couple of very tight matches so far. Wales seeing off Ireland 17-10. Scotland beating Italy 24-22. This looks a bit more promising, but that's lost forward. And that was Borak. She was thumped pretty hard. And she might need a bit of medical attention here. It was a big hit on her. Nice Borak of Toulon. Such a mobile French front row. Of Laverne and Borak and Bazola. Plenty of power and mobility. Well, England looked really threatening at the start of the match in the first 5 minutes. That wonderful break from Renika Bonner, but it's been a French tidal wave ever since, really.
Water off, guys.
One charge down try from Lina Toy, and the other
Come back on.
finished in the corner by the scrum half Monyabal. And speaking of which, Monyabal. France fizzing the ball wide, and they've got an overlap here, and this is try time once again. And at the moment, England are being outclassed. It's another fabulous French score. Brilliant play all round from a fine, fine team. Just really quick hands. That was Toy, and that was Tiron. Lovely little pass as well, and the jink inside, and finished by Le Calvez. The lead is 15. It could be greater. Another tricky conversion to come. Tiron, again, it's not going to make it. Florine Tiron. 3 kicks, 3 misses so far. And but for the profligacy with the boots, France could be over 20 points. Either way, it's 3 unconverted tries But the French are looking exceptional at the moment.
Make sure you're all on.
England 0, France 15. And still 7 minutes to go before the half-time oranges. Well, that's gone backwards. With the bounce of the ball, England were offside. Well, there's tremendous depth in both countries, really, but at the moment, France really are something else. Got the best men's team in the world currently at the moment, who are favourites for the World Cup. The women's team also absolutely exceptional at senior level. The youngsters, both men's and women's games at all age grade levels, are quality as well, and here they come again down that left-hand touchline with Sivi. Monyebal ships it back in field. And that's Esadi again making more ground. Again, there's an overlap. Was that touch forwards? But they're still going, and this is going to be try number 4. Unstoppable. That is Bazola, and that is brilliant once again from France. Amalia Bazola of Toulouse, this time with yet another French try. Thought there might have been a little question mark there about whether that was a knock-on from the number 8 Niakate, but once Bazola gets paws on the ball, there is no stopping her. And I'm afraid it's a long way back for England. England 0, France 20, 4 tries.
Okay, is that the one on the left?
Still looking for a conversion though for Florine Tiron. Tries from Le Calves and Bazola and Toy and Monyebal. That one looking a little bit of a better strike, but again the flags stay down just wide, and that is 4 unconverted tries. Fabulously worked once again though, and that is just pure brute strength and power and finishing ability. 4 English tacklers attempting to stop her, but Amalia Bazola was simply too big and too strong. England 0, France 20, with under 5 minutes remaining in this first half.
Back. Take a step.
Recycled. Finally, some English possession. That came off the leg.
No, leave it.
Again, look at France over the breakdown. That was a good bit of play from the open side. Sophie McQueen of Gloucester Hartbury. That's a lovely flat pass. Over the gain line go England. And that was Sellers. England working this pretty nicely, but it's gone a bit lateral. France have regained their defensive shape, but that's a lovely step. Brilliant from the fly half. Daisy Womack with her first bit of penetration into the French half. England still have the ball. That's flung wide, and that's a missed tackle. So that's knocked on. So they're going to come back for that French knock-on. Well, best we've seen from England since the opening couple of minutes. James Cooper, the coach, trying to lay the groundwork for England. That's at under-18 women's level. Let's look at the power from the French once again. And that's a decent line. 2 tacklers on her. And that's a lovely little jink inside from Leah Bruff of Worcester. Back in field, again strong French tackling. I think this is the fly half that's in need of a bit of treatment for France. Lena Toy, one of their try scorers. Time off. Well, England will be at least looking for some points. Might be a bit futile going for 3. But, can they find a way through this exceptionally well-drilled French defence? And looking a little bit groggy, Lena Toy. She receives treatment. I think it's actually a bang to the left shoulder. Well, her and Monya Bal have been absolutely instrumental in this display so far. England have had their moments at times, but France have simply just had a little bit too much power. But this is English possession at the moment on the 22.
Crouch. Five. Set.
Again, look at the pressure that's coming. Ball was out, and Stephanie Else picks it up. The Yorkshire number 8 with a little dart. And this is McQueen.
No hands, blue.
France told to leave it. Ship wide, pass out to the wing. But, England have gone backwards by a couple of metres. Not anymore though, that's a decent carry. Again, France told to leave it. It's a good recovery that from Hannah Sams, the loose head. And now Swales just shimmies away from a tackler. Again, rather takes the contact. 30 seconds before the half-time hooter. England with the first good bit of possession of the entire match, really. Looking for something tangible to take away from this spell. It's a good spell. And then boot to ball, and this might work out nicely. That was wonderfully imaginative from England. A stunning score. That is genius. Katie Schilliker of Harlequins has gone over, and that was a work of art from England. They've been on the back foot for large portions of that first period, but something for the English fans to shout about. I think the coach, James Cooper, is going to be absolutely delighted by what he's just seen. Brilliant up and under towards the touchline, and well read by the Quins winger. It's a very difficult touchline conversion to come. What a score that was. That's the pick of the bunch from the entire match so far. It's a difficult kick. It's looking pretty decent. Oh, it was really unlucky. desperately unlucky not to close the gap to 13. The gap is 15, but England do have something to shout about. And a wonderful score from Katie Schilliker rounds off a high-quality opening period in which France absolutely dominated. A couple of scores from their half-back combination of Toy and Monyebal before the French turned on the power as that half wore on. But England, credit to them, have been really up against it. They've been out-muscled in that first period, but a moment of real quality right on the half-time hooter has them back in this match and with something to build on ahead of the second period. Half-time in the Under-18s Women's Six Nations Festival. England 5, France 20. Tries from Moniabal, Toy, Le Calvez and Bazola ushered France into a seemingly unassailable 20-point cushion. But Katie Schilliker's outstanding try from a brilliant Daisy Womack kick on the stroke of half-time has just given England a glimmer. It may be an awfully long way back from 15 points down, but you just never know. Outstanding game of rugby, high quality from both teams, scintillating from France, battling from England. England 5, France 20 as we enter the second period of the final match of the inaugural Women's Under-18 Six Nations Festival. Leah Bruff of Worcester just awaiting the signage. Away we go for the second 35 minutes. Immediate take by Lina Toy, the French fly half, who's been absolutely outstanding so far. And look at this from the second row. Brilliant start by France to this second period. And that is Niakate. He was one of the new players to come on at half-time for France, and here they go straight away at the start of the second period. This is absolutely wonderful. A try of the highest individual quality from France. And that surely will be converted for a 22-point advantage. Too good. Suliana Sivi is the latest French try scorer. And just the step and the acceleration and the little jink in field has flummoxed the English defence, and that is not what England would have wanted, especially their head coach James Cooper at the start of this second period. And will we see a first conversion of the match? It's good. Florine Tiron finally boots some points in this contest. And it's England 5, France 27. The missed tackle proved costly, but what an individual score that was from Sivi, a high-quality player from a high-quality team. Suliana Sivi plays her club rugby in Rennes. France just have an abundance of talent to call upon. They did make a change at half-time with Aminata Niakate coming on. Who is wearing the number 5 jersey. Slightly odd in that the number 5 didn't start. But Niakate is a replacement prop. This is going to be reset.
Bring the gap a little bit closer.
Where on earth do England go from here? Such a blow at the start of the second period. After giving themselves a lifeline, really. But that's a much better England scrum, and here they go. Hot potato. The ball seemed like that. England have lost it.
Advantage over.
There France go again. Such a threat. Well, it will feel like a kick in the teeth after Suliana Sivi's wonderful try. France's 5th of the match. And surely a 22-point deficit is going to be far too much to bridge. Again, a very, very solid England scrum, though. Oh, but really poor handling error, and now France can jink away and into space. And here they go again. It's a wonderful sight. Thiron with the good work, but that's some good English tackling.
Backwards,
Did go backwards.
off now.
England penalty.
Leave it.
That will come as some relief. Very decent kick as well. England march upfield. Leah Bruff of Worcester Warriors.
On the line.
One of 2 Warriors in the starting 15 today. Well, this scoreline certainly doesn't make England a bad team. They're far from that. They're one of the stronger teams at this level. But, did well to dig out a victory against Ireland late on. They've got the wrap around here, and this is that's surely a high tackle.
High.
It's a dangerous one as well. On Renika Bonner, one of England's shining lights.
No, I just penalized one.
He was full of quick feet and energy on the wing. It was Sivi, the scorer of the 5th try, I believe, who brought her down. But, it's a pretty promising position for England, and Leah Bruff at the moment orchestrating things pretty nicely. We're seeing a couple of changes for France. I'll update you as soon as I can with those changes as the lineup is taken, and this is promising. And that is Olivia Constable of Gloucester Hartpury. And there is an overlap here. Oh, it's straight into French hands, but that was knocked on. And Molly Lataille of Loughborough goes to ground. And this is Evie Addy of Yorkshire. New prop. Here come England. Oh, and that's straight again into the opposition hands. And this is taken quickly, and surely is this going to be an England try? Desperately close, a metre out. They're hammering away here, England. They sense something. They have to score.
Release, Blue.
France up against it here. Needs to be a very good defensive set to turn this around. So far it is. Brilliant tackle. That was Addy. And this is surely try time for England. Brilliant try. Molly Lataille, I think, is the England player who's gone over. And the Loughborough Lightning outside centre, getting the try that her performance today deserves. And England have a second score. And And they needed to hit back quickly, and they've done exactly that. That's not a bad pass from a prop from Evie Addy. And Molly Latai, the Quicksilver, wearing the 13 jersey. It's a simple run-in. And yeah, you are seeing this correctly. This is Evie Addy of Yorkshire, the new prop, who is playing the role of fly half. How's the boots? It was actually a decent connection. It was just off radar. But England closed the gap to 17 points. England 10, France 27. Molly Latai. And that is some finish, evading the clutches of the French defence. And she is certainly one to watch for the future as well. Chloe Vauclin of Stade Rennais is on for France. It was an important tackle from the Queen, but the penalty goes the way of France. But credit to England, they've responded after conceding that early 7-pointer with a try of their own. And this is Barra, a replacement back for France. Pauline Barra of La Rochelle, wearing 22. Allowed a maximum of 12 substitutions. And rolling subs as well. Oh, and shifted the other way. Lovely jinking play by Augusto. That's Clarice Augusto, and France go quickly. Here they go again. Oh, lovely stuff this. Just looking to get the offload away and can't quite do it, but France surely over. And that is try number 6. Brilliant score again. France really are something else. And their under-18s are just a joy to watch. Borak with immense power here. And just the little pop pass. And there's the number 8 to dot down for the finish. Niakate getting in on the act. There are a couple of Niakates on the field now for France. There's Aminata Niakate, but that was Mariam Niakate of Val-de-Marne Rugby Club with the try. Conversion is good. France out to 34. England 10, France 34. And Barra, cool as a cucumber from the tee. That's a sumptuous play again. Brilliant from Borak. Just the little pass into her mate. And the big number 8 gets her name on the scoreboard. Try for Mariam Niakate. And the gap is 24 points. 6 tries for France. And they are a cut above the rest, that's for sure, at this level. England aren't bad either, but France are on a different planet. There's Barra. Pauline Barra of La Rochelle. skill set of France is just wonderful to watch. The new scrum half, Clarisse Augusto of Brive, is excellent as well. Look how quick her distribution is. Passing is so accurate as well, Augusto. Hasn't quite worked out. That will be an English ball. And that is Grace Clifford.
23-2-3.
Well, England wanted to take that quickly and they were stopped by the referee. Oh, Evie Addy is not a bad ball striker, in fairness to her. She can play both ends of the scrum, loose head and tight head. That's a raft of changes now for England. I'll try and update you when I can. That's another prop is on. Grace Clifford of Harlequins wearing 18. You can see her at the back of the line out. There she is on the ball now. Here's Clifford, a woman of immense power. The ball shipped wide. I'm not sure she was expected the pass. All a bit flamboyant, all a bit unnecessary, and France illegally pick it up. And they weren't told they could do so. 20 minutes remaining in Edinburgh. It's the final swan song of what has been a history-making tournament. Not the cleanest of lineouts. It's a chance to move the ball out to the wider channels. Katie Johnson of Saracens is also on for England, wearing 22. Oh, that was a very risky pass into Johnson. But it will be an England penalty. Daisy Aspinall of Loughborough also on, wearing 25. You can see at the bottom of your picture. And Tori Sellers wearing 9, still on. And there's Addy going for touch. And an attacking platform for England and James Cooper's sides. Not giving up. Who will we see of this English contingent going on to Premier 15's level, or even Red Rose's level? England's senior side in a wonderful moment at present. It's them and France, basically, with all the strength in depth and all the quality, and that was near Kate with another burgeoning carry once again. Augusto with a quick distribution and almost breaking the gap. And that's a turnover, and recovery tackle is a good one. Slower ball than England would have liked, and then knocked on from England. This is advantage, and this will be played on. And this is very dangerous, and this is France once again at their best, just short of the line, but managed to get the pass away just in time for try number 7. Wonderful break from Jean. And it's the number 6, it's Capon, who is got in amongst the try scorers for France. But Molly Jean has come on and made a big impact. But Ayana Capon was just on her shoulder here. It was a really good attempt at a recovery. But Oyana Capon of Bayonne is there to finish things off. Well, Lucy Thorpe gave it everything. the northeastern Cumbria player, tracking back superbly to make the tackle. But France now out to 41, smiles on their faces. And the replacement kicker, Pauline Barra, is doing a fine job. But the awareness just to see her teammate on her shoulder and to pop that pass away. England 10, France 41. It's getting better and better for the French. They don't seem to have gotten any weaker either with all the subs they've made. Tell you what, Molly Jean has made one heck of an impact since her introduction. So has Pauline Barra. Here she is again. Beautiful play.
Take a step.
Augusto, not a bad replacement either. If anything, France have got stronger since the replacements. There's Augusto, wrapped up this time by the English 8 from Yorkshire. That was Stephanie Else, but here's her opposite number, near Carte. Brilliant.
Stay. Take a step back.
Lovely flat pass.
Go wide.
Look at the tempo from France with Augusto and Barra at the helm now. Brilliant offload. Augusto again. Space out wide. The pass is on. Instead chose to come back in field. Barra again with the little show and go and the jink, and well, she's just scored, but she's hunting another. Now that was surely a high tackle. Advantage being played. France looking for try number 8. Here they come again. Are they over again, or has that been held up? Well, they're appealing for the try. This is going to be checked. I don't think they're sure, but it is. It's given. Yet again, France are over. This is just sumptuous. What a performance from France. Augusto again to Barra. And there is Bazzola, and that's her second try. The gap is now 36, and it could get greater. Amalia Bazzola is a fine talent of Toulouse. Well, her two tries have been very, very similar. Where she's trucked the ball up to the try line, and England have simply been unable to stop her. What an impact she's made as well, Pauline Barra. Not a bad kicker either. She's missed that time, but certainly a little bit more reliable with the boots than Tiron was. What a finish. 2 English tacklers on her. Couldn't do anything. 46-10. Imaginative play again from France. Well, England can take some lessons from this. You can just look at how this France side are going about their business, and oh my goodness me, this is wonderful. That was Augusto, and her little cameo would deserve a score. Just the footwork and the telepathy between these French women is just a joy to watch. Augusto again. That's the little chip ahead, and that was good
25.
defensive diligence from Aspinall. Aspinall's gone. That wasn't something she did directly. I think it's just an accumulation of England penalties, and that's Barra pumping the ball into touch again, and this could get really ugly. And England are down to 14 women for the next 6.5 minutes or so. Remember, it's just 7 minutes for a sin bin at this level, due to it being 70-minute matches. Taken cleanly. Here they go again. Goodness me. Yet again. And France are inching their way towards double figures in terms of tries. And that is the other Niakate who has got her name on the score sheet. That's Aminata Niakate. And France this time, not from open play, it's from their set piece prowess. And there was a wide open gap, and exploited by Aminata Niakate. France into the 50s. Decent strike again, and it's good this time. What a kick that was. And France up to 53. The gap is 43. England 10, France 53. 9 tries for the French. What is staggering is, despite the size difference between some of the French forwards and the English forwards, it's the handling ability and the mobility that they have. It's just been an absolute pleasure to watch this French team. And this isn't a bad England team either. This is a very good England team, but they've just been ripped to shreds by the power and the ingenuity of this French machine.
Crouch.
Lucy Weaver,
Bind.
new scrum half of Loughborough Lightning.
Set.
Yeah, much quicker ball, but was snaffled. And that was fine, according to the referee. France have turned it over. That was Borat. We can bring on the likes of Aminata Niakate and Molly Jean and Clarisse Augusto and Pauline Barra. It really is an exceptionally large pool of talent at this age group in France. And Tiron is back on. Remember, it's rolling subs. Lucy Weaver will get a second chance with the put-in. But Augusto is going to be on her in a flash. Picked up by the number 8 this time. And here's Weaver. Who's a feisty, quick little scrum half. 7.5 minutes remaining in Edinburgh. England 10, France 53. England's, remember, down to 14 women at the moment. It's a nice little move. Huge hit, though. England presenting the ball. And she's had a really good impact. Evie Addy. Kick into space is fielded really nicely by Argyle, and here they come again with Civi, and Civi, she's already scored one cracker And she's about to do it again. And it's double digits in terms of tries for the French. Stunning performance from this magnificent side. And Geoffrey Henry has drilled these young French players into a cohesive unit. And Sivy has illustrated what she can do for a second time. Superb speed, superb trickery, simply far too good. And this should be relatively straightforward for a player of the quality of Barra, who has been outstanding since her introduction. And France surely will be into the 60s when this goes over. And they are. England 10, France 60. And this is just a work of art. Look at the step. Took out the fullback, Evie Walker, and then had the speed to evade the defence. And it really is hard to pick a player of the match, in all honesty. Suliana Sivy with 2 outstanding individual tries. And Amalia Bazzola with 2 herself. And every single French player, the handling ability is incredible. That's straight into Walker's path. I definitely would say that France have got stronger since they changed the halfbacks, and Lena Toy and Marvin Monyabal scored themselves, and they orchestrated things pretty nicely in the first half, but just the tempo that has been injected by Augusto and Barra has really taken France to another dimension. That was Tiron out to Barra. And they're going again here, and they might fancy another Sivy upended this time. Tiron. Taken at speed was Asadi. Tiron again. Was that a high tackle? Referee said no. Again, the support runners are there. Offloaded. They're close again. Niakate again. She's got 1 try to her name. Double tackle though. McQueen in there. Well, England are out on their feet at the moment. Augusto manages to get the ball away. Kick towards the touchline. If England escaped here. And Lucy Thorpe was there to end the French insurgent. 3 minutes to go in Edinburgh as this tournament wraps up. And France, it is going to be 3 victories from 3 games. Comfortable winners over Ireland. They kept Ireland scoreless. They beat England comfortably in the 35-minute format, falling behind, in fact. And they have walloped England today across 70 minutes. There's Weaver. England looking to run from deep. France have turned this. Although does Evie Addy still have it? France have held her up though. That's clean this time though. Augusto looking for support, but yeah, England did well there to stem the tide. And only a couple of minutes remaining. Evie Addy will attempt to boot England a long way downfield. Oh, decent connection. Not the greatest in terms of direction, but they're at least out of their own 22. They'll just want to avoid further damage, England. They've had their moments as well. The likes of Latai and Bonner have been easy on the eye when they've got it through the wide channels. Daisy Womack with that brilliant pinpoint kick, but they might concede again here. Here come France. Motoring again with Tiron. There's plenty of runners here, and they're in again, are they? Surely. And that, if she's got it down, is brilliant. Try number 11. It's been given. Superb once again. Tiron did really well here. Sent in Trollier, and this was Gras, who did really, really well to adjust her body. Maya Gras of Argent getting try number 11. And 20 seconds of regulation time left. This for the high 60s. Barra just pulls that wide. Didn't really have the power and the distance either. Wonderful from France once again. And Geoffrey Henry is going to be absolutely delighted by their display. Great finish. Wonderful dexterity. Just about time for the kickoff, I believe. Is there time for another from deep? The gap is 55. It could get worse. Here they go again. Walker's on her. Good covering defence. Here's Niakate though. Bulldozing her way through tackles. They honestly look like they're going to score every time they come forward. Bazola, one of France's best performers today, who has played the full 70. Little shimmy, and that Civi, she has been outstanding as well. She scored the 2 best tries of the game, that's for sure. Here they come again, looking to inflict more pain on a tired English defence. Around the blind side goes Augusto. And this is Trollier. Through the gap, and they're looking to move into the 70s in terms of points. This is going to be straightforward under the posts, and she's only just scored. Maya Gras, but she scored again, and that's a dozen for France. England are out on their feet, and France, you get the impression, could just keep on playing. It's 70 and up for the French. A magnificent side. And there was a giant hole in the English defence, exploited by Maya Gras. And that's a brace for her. And one final boot of the day for Pauline Barra of La Rochelle. It's an inspired decision, I think, from the French coach Henry to bring on Barra and Augusto when England were tiring. And it is going to be 72. And that is a statement. It was pretty close, over 35 minutes. Well, it was within 30 points at least. It was a 22-point margin of victory when they met on Saturday. But 62 points the difference today between France and England. England had their moments. A wonderful kick from Daisy Womack to set up the Harlequins wing. Katie Schilliker And a lovely score as well from Molly Latai of the Loughborough Lightning. But they were just outclassed in the end, overpowered, outmaneuvered by a better team. And this France Under-18 side is going to take some stopping. And the future is bright for women's rugby in France, that's for sure. And due to the skill set that this lot possess, and they could go on to be world beaters. It's the double for France over England as this wonderful inaugural Women's Under-18 Six Nations Festival draws to a close in Edinburgh. England end with one victory. That was achieved late on against Ireland. And France end with a clean sweep. Nobody could stop them. They and Wales with 3 wins out of 3 in the women's edition. And I'm sure we'll see this tournament again, I at least hope so. But in the backdrop of Murrayfield, it was a French masterclass at Under-18's level in this Six Nations Women's Festival. England hit for 72, 12 French tries in all, in a performance which was simply far too good. The coup de grace added by Maya Gra with a late double, but the damage was long done before that. Full time in Edinburgh, a wonderful tournament comes to a close. France outstanding, England 10, France 72.